Hey guys, so today I wanted to quickly talk about, just doing all the posts, doing all the thing on Instagram, being 2026, being an artist and all that on Insta because I see a lot of, people that artists that are just quitting because they have to be more of an influencer on Instagram than everything else than an artist, and it kind of sucks. And I don't know, I just like yapping, man. I wanted to yap about that. And personally, with Instagram, I have uh, not a, I didn't have a good relationship with Instagram in general. I mean, not that I know the CEO of Instagram personally, but they banned a lot of my stuff or restricted it. I was definitely shadow banned before when I was doing more NSFW work. I can't find any of the work here I wanted to show you, but I remember that I just removed it. So normally all my work now is following all the guidelines and rules. So it should be fine. But yes, to grow on Instagram personally, I have like methods and stuff that I would do before. Like I would just go on the hashtag of 3D and look what people made. And I would just like and follow them. And it was like genuine because I was just following like people who I find was cool back in the day. It was like years ago, but then they changed how it all worked and stuff. And personally, when I started posting one per day, it wasn't for the algorithm or anything. It was just because I wanted to train 3D, and uh, and now it's very different. But I'll talk about that later. And personally, I don't have any advice like how to grow your account or stuff like that. I really don't know. Before I was doing I was, how to say, boosting some posts, but it cost money. I didn't have money back in the day, so I was doing very little boost, but it kind of worked a little. But I stopped doing that like years before because I was like, it's not the best way. I think it would just be good if people came because they just liked my art and because I pay for my art to be shown to more people. So I just always thought my art have to be better so people can find it and notice it. But I guess just a lot of luck, and there is so much luck, and you have to follow the trends and you have to do all that. And personally, I don't like to do all that. So yes, but how? You're going to ask me how did I end up with such a big number of followers? I guess the first thing is consistency. Like I really do post every day, but it's because I have a lot. I mean, I had a lot of free time before. I was really doing only 3D. I didn't have a job. I have finished my studies in 3D, so I wasn't looking really in a job in 3D. So I would have all day, and I wasn't even playing video games. I just watch stuff on the side while making 3D. So I'm just making 3D every time, all day. I still do to this day, but now I have a part-time job and a few activities that involve 3D, but are not for me. So it's budget for other people because I want to have a lot of money on the side because I have plans now. There is thing I want to make, but I need time. And yes, and with the shadow ban and all this stuff that happened, I was kind of blocked. And yet it was during one of these periods of shadow ban that let me find it. I think I can find it. The first time I have a huge growth of followers was a reel anime because the biggest complaint is you have to make reels in order to grow, and that's real. Like reels are the thing that gets you a lot of numbers more frequently and stuff, your views, and all the things you see there. The kind of CapCut template thing. I didn't really like doing it. I think it's really kind of cringe personally. So for me, just everything kind of cringe and stuff. But I let it there because it's good when I see that it's reminding me that I did that. It was not that good, not that great. I was more interested in using the Reels format for creation, like this one where I made like the whole animation was thought to be seen as a reel and stuff. So I was like I had to play around and do a good reel, but with only 3D animation, but it doesn't really bring me, didn't really bring me, views or stuff. And the first time I got a huge amount of view film on like was this wheel, the fan art, and I know I will talk about this wheel, but I just want to talk about this one because they are kind of the same, and it's I got a lot of views and stuff, but it was not really because of the 3D. I guess it was more because of the reference. People are way to the goth girl thing, and yes, at the time didn't really realize that. I was like, oh, my art really had a lot of views, and yeah, so that was my huge surge. I don't know what number, maybe 20K followers I had at this moment. I think on my own, with all my consistency and stuff, I got to like 10K, and then I had another 10K. I don't really remember the numbers, but yes, I was still trying to do animation reels that are just animation, and it can be seen as real, but I didn't. Um, I prefer to do post that was just more normal, like the post thing. There's the images and stuff, but you have to make thing move. You have to make animation. It doesn't really bother me at the time, but I still have to find new ideas, and I've saved some for few collabs and stuff. I didn't really know what to do, and this one was first huge surge, but then it was just kind of usual, especially when I did the whole robot thing, FNAF robot thing. I lost a lot of views, and the algorithm didn't really like it. People didn't really like it, so then I went back and I tried to, I tried to do the trends and the memes and the stuff, but it didn't really work that well. So yes, and starting kind of this era, this is 2020, 2020, 2025. I think kind of this era, I didn't do one per day because I had to train and stuff. I did one per day because starting this 2025, I was losing followers more than I was gaining. So basically, I have like 20K, and every day I will gain 50 followers, but I will lose 25, something like that. So I was in a constant growth, but I also kind of constantly lose. I guess some of them may be bots or people unfollowing, stuff like that. But yeah, so I don't really know how all that works. I just knew at the time that I was seeing that the numbers was going down. I was like, oh, that's not good. I'm going to have less views because the logic is just less views, less likes, less visibilities equal less commissions. Less commission equal I can't really make a living out of my art like I was making 2025 just with commissions. I didn't have any help on 2025 because of a special situation that was also cool. I was just going to live with a friend, but because of situation, I couldn't get help to pay rent or stuff, so I was really on my own, and I had only commissions, and by spoiler it worked. Um, but yes, and also I was kind of mad at this time that it exploded and people were following just because of the goth girl aesthetic and stuff. I never really defined my characters are goth or stuff. I really like the aesthetic and styles. I pick some things up from that, but otherwise I kind of wanted like this real worked, and I liked it because it was one of my original characters redesigned by another artist, and it's really yes. I really like that this really had views because it's one of some memes, some templates, but my character. But yes, I can say it. I was definitely doing the soulless turnaround of my characters because I knew I had to post reels consistency. Oh my god! In term to keep like the algorithm happy in my account, in the growing space, I guess. And yes, and I try to do stuff. I try to keep making stuff, but clearly it's not as good as what I do when I do illustration or things. But yes, and I just kept doing it, and I think there is a Silent Hill one, and honestly, I'm really happy with all the numbers and everything I make. I don't, I'll talk about numbers in this video, but I don't do art for the numbers. Obviously, I wouldn't even be there right now. But it's just important to like to get the money to keep living, so I can make art. But I don't really care if something make a lot of likes or not. I will talk about it later because I even prefer if I had make it less attention of some post, but because I know what is my good work, what isn't. Like when I see back all of these, what I really like are more like these ones. Oh, this one is the room, but the other are kind of lackluster. Like the lights and environment aren't that's good. And yes, or like for example, stupid meme like this, I don't really care. That's just for fun, you know. And that's there is two type of it. There is memes I do like to get. I know I try to fit the algorithm in a trend and get views and stuff like that is just stupid because I just I find it funny. You know, it's just stupid, and it's going to be really important later because with the well, everything I did there was really like stuff I liked. For example, I really love making this animation. Uh, inspired by inspired by how to say no, I'm not human, the game, and we're going to get to it, but the the also yeah the ratio likes views it's a little weird because before none of it was at any K views, but because of the you know what's coming. Wait, where is it? Huh? How is it not in the wheels? Oh, because it's pinned. Well, yes. So let's talk about the big three. So because of him, I had a lot of visibility on my other wheels, so that's why it's they have like how do you say less likes big ratio views, but okay, that's not important. But yes, when I was posting this, I was it was just for fun. I know there was like a jest of trend and stuff, but I really like the original animation slash how it looks. You know, it's kind of look like step clay motion. Oh, well, I don't know how to talk, but the original company that made this, Animation Factory, I really like this stuff. Like it's like a very 2000 and stuff. It was on the site. I found later with a lot of research, and yes, so this animation got me a lot of likes, a lot of views, and a lot of followers, etc., etc. Enough people thinking I'm just here to do Golf Girl and stuff. But the real reason I put that girl because I made I spent that 2 days making the jester. I really like it, and it's very colorful compared to what I do usually. And I just wanted to put in contrast of all black character, and that's why I put the girl. But that's a whole lot story because there is a whole um, being a clown in front of a girl thing. But I really just made that just like the cockroach video with my cat, just for fun, you know. And yes, so the very beginning of the video I said it was like about being an artist on Insta. And I would just want to say because now I know how to make views and stuff, but it still feel like yes, you have to be more of an influencer to of a rather than an artist to to be relevant, like the numbers, having the big numbers. And yeah, but I don't personally think it's a bad thing for me because I always try to adapt to everything. I wanted to be more. I wish I was more popular on Twitter before because I did uh, not safe for work w- more back then, and I know Twitter would not ban me. It was the time when Instagram banned me a lot. So I kind of wished at the time I was more popular on Twitter for that. But yeah, I know there is a lot of other apps like Kawa and stuff, and there was a whole thing about Instagram taking other picture and things, to train AI. But the thing is, I'm established now on Instagram. Like people come to find me on Instagram for commission and projects, so I don't really see the point in moving. And yeah, so now I have an audience that majority like what I do here, So it's really cool. I am really, really, really lucky, I know, to have like a lot of followers and all this amount of views and likes. I never in my entire life expected the Jester to have so much views. I was going to make a video about the Jester and Clown stuff, and yes, but I guess this is really like whining, but it kind of bothers me because Mm, now people have a whole idea of I just do you know golf girl golf girl things. That's not what I really want to do with my art. I did not really made it yet. It's not like these posts, like these two posts for example, are just jokes. They're not really. I guess every post when you see this girl is just really just a joke. Like she's just a filler character. It's not really that important. I really prefer the post with uh, this character, for example, or just the clowns and just interacting between them. But all the other stuff is just for fun. I never expected that to get views. Even this one had a lot of views and also a lot of hate for some reason. I not mad about it or sad about it. I just don't even get why. So I didn't understand. But I knew if I put Gesto and Go, it make views and stuff. But yes, I still have to figure it out. Before the whole Jester thing, I still have to figure it out a way to make views, to keep the commissions in, and that's why I keep posting almost every day to just keep the algorithm very happy. Even though I have a part-time job, it's like how to say, it's like limited in time. It's ending in June, so but after June I'm back to full 3D for money income and paying all the bills and stuff, and there is a lot of things I want to do. Like I want to develop like the lore and story of my characters. This is like the main thing I have. Like every character I made that are mine, my OCs. Like for example, this is a commission. This is my OC. They have like a place in the story and stuff. That's what I want to develop, but I can't do that right now because I have a lot of projects. And yeah, being an artist on Instagram is not that easy. But me personally, I can't complain because I have visibility, I have views, I have people commissioning me, and I don't have that much hate toward my heart for now. So that's good. And yeah, you have to feed the trend and stuff. I didn't never really made trend thing. I made a few. For example, I know I made wait, it was one trends I saw on TikTok, and I thought it would be cool. It was this one, and I remade the whole animation, and I think it looks really bad. It was done like in 1 2 days because I like to work fast. I have this habit now of working fast, so I can post every day, and I think it looks kind of bad. There's like a lot of problem with the animation, and also the texture is weird here. Like the displacement is way too big. It's way too bad. But this was an example of trend I did. But other than that, I didn't really do trends. I know sometimes I saw trends. I know if I hop on it and I did it, it would be way I could make views. Or this one, for example, and I never posted something and knew it would do numbers on Instagram. There was only one post I did, and I knew it was going to make numbers. Only one, and it was this one because the monster thing, character having monster energy always work for some reason, and this character, it's people love Sun Eater, so it's really cool. But yeah, there was like a ton of stuff I want to do, ton of stuff I want to make, and I have a platform. It's working for me. It's great, but yeah, you also have to like. I think I can take a break of a few weeks and then come back to my account and expect it to be like now, like alive, having millions of people checking it. That's I mean, I don't have millions of people checking my account, but um, it's like I have a lot of people checking my account, but I can't do that unfortunately because they will send my account to the shadow realm. So at the very minimum, I try to post at least twice a week, And this video is not like um, for how do you say? No, it's not. I'm not giving you advice of what you should do to get popular on Instagram. It's just to show you that I really didn't know. Like, I gained 30, 30k, 20, 30k followers with one video that was just supposed to be a joke. I really never expected this video to make so much views and the likes. Like, I didn't. For me, it was some like really I didn't. I don't know how to explain the. I thought I was receiving so much likes and comments and share. I thought like Instagram was going to ban my account because they thought about bots or something because everything was going way too fast. And yes, and I know this is what works, but if I really wanted to just have the numbers, I would just post the clowns and just every day doing the something. But it's not what I do. It's not my my stuff. It's not what I like, and I know I can do only what I like. Unfortunately, in art, I have to make a lot of concessions and yes, that's the whole thing. I was even telling myself I would never make another post with this girl interacting with one of the clowns slash jester because I don't want people to think that this is the personality of my art. I don't know how to explain it, but yes, I just like yapping about it. But yeah, honestly, I'm just happy to everyone who support me, even if it's just one person. I guess the first person for who I make art is, I mean, it's just for me, but anything else. But I guess something like that, I would personally not make that for me. I made that because I knew it would make numbers. I thought it would make not that much though. I thought it would make less, but yeah. For example, this is a post I could have just made for me because except for visual animation 3D, I always expect like a lot from music and I listen to a lot of music and OST and stuff. So this part was really just for me, and I really love my characters. I really love the story I have for my characters, even if it's just in my head for now. And yes, that's just it. And now I have a lot of popularity and stuff, and I'm really grateful. Uh, but I'm not the best 3D artist. No one said I was or anything, but not the best 3D artist. I'm not the best 3D anything. My art is really well. If you saw behind the scene the project, it's really chaotic. It's really trash and not that good. But I try to get better, and I really want to just find a way to explore the stories of my characters in a way. Maybe I'll put it out there someday. Watching shows like the Glitch production shows that they post on the channel, the Gaslight Districts or the Digital Circus and stuff. It really is like, oh, maybe I could do something like that one day, but I don't know. I don't even know how to make a story or even how to properly animate my characters. Like all the thing I do, I just quick loop, like just loop and for the like this one had a reference I follow, this one didn't, and I don't really like how it moved. I mean, it moves like how I intended to do, but I just don't like it. But otherwise just really slow movement and stuff. That's why when people ask me for big animation, I'm getting sidetracked. So basically Insta banned me a lot for the work I did before, so I wanted to move on another platform, but I really couldn't because I had a good base of people following me here, and I never really knew what to do to get viral. I say it was bad because this was my income, and now I know how to get viral. It's not a lot of more money, but definitely a lot of more visibility. I understand how people feel like you have to be more of an influencer than an artist, and I've tried to not be an influencer. Like I'm really just even in my life, I'm just talking about 3D, thinking about 3D and making 3D. That's it. So yes, I hope I never have to be really an influencer stuff. I just want to post the art and make the art. I don't even know what is the point of this video, but yeah, I just wanted to share that. I just like 3D and stuff. I guess I'll try to make another video talking about the jesters and clowns because they are definitely something new. I guess the positive in all that is that if this video didn't blow up, except for this video and this animation, I don't even think I would have reused the jester character. I would just let it and do something else. But because it exploded and worked so well, that's why now there is a clown, two clown characters, and another jester because of this. So yeah, that was just the video of my situation with Instagram, and I hope it gets better. But you know how it is. So yeah, bye.